my birthright, patience. It take patience. You can't turn time, bless me. All the blessings me. Front of your eye, testing me. God that testing me. We gon' make it our destiny. This my destiny. This my birthright, patience. It take patience. Can't turn time, bless me. All the blessings me. Front of your eye, testing me. God that testing me. We gon' make it our. I'm winning the race. That's probably why it feel like I'm running away. You gotta right those wrongs. I'm stuck in the game. One foot on the net, one foot in the grave. And still life goes on. I'm traveling Bay. I'm fit for a tour. I'll be back in May. You gotta play your part. Grateful of this day. Blessed to be in this game. Plus the money is great. So I write these songs.
Howdy.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good man.
What do you think? Run away.
That was one of the hardest training sessions I've done in a year, man. About it. Do you know what though? That was a key session.
Really?
Like that was probably one of the most key sessions in the last year.
Really?
Yeah. Probably just because of the nature of what's been going on lately, with the track not working out and all of that, it just made that super like, it was a super test. There's a potential for, if I had a book, dude, this chapter would be called Destiny. First of all, man, I'm a bit hungry. Let's have a, you want to?
No.
You all good?
Ricey?
Yeah. We can't really comment on that Destiny chapter too soon.
It's too soon.
But just between me and you, that might present a bit of a problem because it's top secret. So where do we start? I was under the impression that it was going to be all good. I had communicated with Australian Cycling because they own a part of the lease there. I thought they owned the complete lease because you do all the bookings through them.
Yeah.
So I was under the impression that it was going to be okay. That was about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I was communicating and they were saying just call back in a couple of weeks. We were talking about calling back in a couple of weeks and we'd confirm just 100% everything, nail it, the barricading, the signing. I tried to make a few calls and I wasn't getting any responses. And then I started my internal started going, something's not right here. I started feeling like something's not right. It reminded me of this time I tried to sell a laptop to my friend in high school, but then I realised that I didn't want to sell it to him and he was just trying to get at me and I never responded to him. It's probably my karma for that. But so I'm trying to call, no response. Finally get a response, right? Yeah. And they're like to me, you need to call the Brisbane City Council. And then my heart dropped. And it was an intuit, because I was like, I already knew in that moment, I was like, they're going to say no. I just had a feeling. So I called them and they basically were saying, oh, you need a permit for that, you need a permit for that. And I heard the word P so many times I almost threw up. Permit. And I just thought, okay, cool. I was just being real calm, so I didn't want to react and then they'd just get off me. Yeah. But essentially it was a no on the phone.
It was a no on the phone?
It was a no over the phone, but the girl wanted to check with her manager. Then I called back the following day and she was like, yeah, it's still a no. And then she listed off some reasons for it not being allowed there. Yeah. Part of the reason is there's multiple stakeholders.
Yeah.
So
obviously gonna be.
Oz Cycling owns part of it. I think the council own part of it. And then there's no lights. I said we'd have our own floodlights. They were concerned about the cables. Yeah, the trip hazard. I said we'll wrap the fucking supporters in bubble wrap. Yeah. She didn't think that was a good idea. Honestly, I reckon the bottom line is that it's such a busy track and they don't want people to get pissed off. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to get 1 million permits to do it there. They wanted a permit for you to film. They wanted a permit to raise money. I didn't know it'd be so difficult to ride around in a 1 kilometre circle and raise money for people in Africa. It's a circle, man. And you can't have a car on the track. It's too heavy.
So that puts it out anyway?
It puts it out anyway. But I've been on there with like, 50 people, man. It's heavier than a car. Yeah. This is so good, man. It's the final pivot, Jake. But I just thought the final pivot would be, oh, drop your seat 5 mil, that's going to give you the extra % you need. No, it's not drop your seat 5 mil, it's we're going to change locations 3 weeks before. That's what you need to do. I know that's what it is, it's just really hard to wrap your head around. And I had just really, even the day before I was talking with the other Jake, I was like, this is perfect. My mind's so conditioned to Nunda. Live, eat, breathe fucking shit Nunda. Like, my mind's going to see the sunrise and Jake's like, I'm going to pass you a smoothie and he's just going to say to me, just ride to lunch like you do every day. Well, every time we've moved location, it's improved. Yeah. I went from a 5K loop down to Adelaide. Yeah. and the speed went up. And then I went to Nunda, speed went up. And every time I've moved, I've gone, whoa, this is better. So I think this is the final tweak to get me onto the right course.
So you sort of bummed or disappointed or excited?
I'm not, but it's like we're going on the CrossFit Games. They're going to release, like, what are you doing? Where are you going? We're in the event right now.
Yeah.
This is the final portion of the event.
Yeah, because it doesn't...
It's not the day.
Yeah.
The day we can wake up and go, this is the last 24 hours of the event. When you get off this bike, it's going to be over. But these are honestly the hardest rides I've done this week, just because your mind's telling you, oh, it's not happening at Nunda anymore. What are you doing riding around in a circle? You had this plan of riding 10,000 kilometres in a circle this year. Like, now, why? That was for nothing. Wrong circle. You picked the wrong circle. So even that's great training, to try and just go, all right, cool. I'm actually quite happy about it, dude. It's presented a bit of challenges because...
New bottle?
Yeah. I'm rolling. Well, that's another thing that I learned from the 10 hour. We're going to have to do a 10-hour debrief because I learned a lot.
Well,
as you can see, I've added the extra drink bottle cage at the back.
Yeah.
I've been rolling 3 drink bottles deep. One in there, one down my back.
More water?
Yeah. No, just so I don't have to stop. No stopping. I reckon we need to do a separate 10 hour because we'll be here for fucking 2 weeks. We had Wayne lined up. We had so many people lined up, and it's actually heartbreaking. But at the same time, it's actually inspired me because it made me think, like, if this is what we're dealing with, it just breaks my heart that it's hard to ride around in a circle, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be a pro acrobatic hula hoopist to be able to ride around in a circle. And I'm not saying this is going to be the same everywhere. It's just what we encountered up in Brisbane, and it's a tragedy. I shouldn't say it's a tragedy. It sounds like fucking Homer the poet. I mean, it's disappointing, but at the same time, it's exciting because it was never meant to be there. We're slow in the sense that we're about to realise in a few weeks why it wasn't meant to be there.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Bro, we might be in Adelaide, we might be in Melbourne. Shit, I'm about to go to fucking Colombia. Let's go up to altitude. So, key point, Nunda's a no-no. We flipped it really quick. It was just a big day on the phone. I felt like a CEO. I was calling race car tracks. Bro, I was looking at New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Tasmania,
Are these places
Asia.
you can go to?
My mind went like, we're going to shut down the city. So you're back on Nunda on the 1K loop, trying to focus, and then your mind's saying, we're not riding here.
Yeah.
Why are you still here? Which is going to be cool. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who continues to support. Please, if you haven't donated to the Masaka Cycling Club, now's the time to donate. We've only got a few weeks. We're still pushing for, if it's a private track, then we're going to have some wiggle room. But I'm shooting for the same within the 3-day window that
You've
day.
nominated a day.
I nominated a day.
What was that?
Can't tell.
I try.
It's in its final stages and it's all coming together. And this Nunda thing's a part of it all coming together.
You have these goals in your, or ideas in your mind, and you just do the best that you can in the moment and have faith that things will continue to
Work out. Yeah. That's a really, mate, you said it better than I can say it. I mean, I set out to do this more than a year ago, really.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how quick time goes. It's like a blink of an eye. See, right now my head's a bit mushy, so it's kind of hard for me to articulate, but this is what I love about it, is when the downloads start coming when you start resting. I still remember doing a 2-hour ride in Adelaide, averaging like 33 kilometres an hour, and thinking, how am I gonna add another 22 hours to this with another 5 kilometres per hour average? I got home, I was messed up. My quads were like, but then, they were like gonna blow up, and I just thought, I just kept in my mind, there's a possibility. It's a possibility. I remember doing 4 hours at 35 and I'd have scenes out the front of the apartment and I'd be on the floor. There was once my quads were burning so much, man, I was almost gonna call the ambulance. My mind was conjuring up images of a balloon and then just some like psychotic clown coming with a pin about to pop it. And then in moments like that, you're laying at the front of the thing, ants all over you, quads about to explode. And you're like, oh yeah, I'll add another 20 hours to that. For example, with rides like today, or the start was horrendous. Crazy hip pain, full body aches, knees were aching, ankles were aching, shoulders were aching. You know, I did a really quick ride 2 days before. I felt this was so much harder, man, initially.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, but that's just what I was feeling. You've just got to put yourself in the position for these things to pass, because then once they pass, you realise that they always pass. Yeah, but if you don't give yourself that opportunity to watch it go, then you just think it's going to be like that forever, and then you pull the pin. But the last 3 hours, I felt like I had zero pain in my body. Getting into a state like that, having the clarity just to say, this will pass, watching it pass, knowing from that experience that it will pass, and then carrying that on to everything else. Sounds like all whiffy-waffy, but really everything ends. But if you don't give yourself that opportunity to realise, you prematurely pull the pin because you think it's going to last forever. All it takes is one time to realise, to go through it to the end, realise that it does end, and then you can apply that to everything. That's really the riding, the essence of it. It's either going to end by you getting off the bike prematurely or earlier than what you want to do, or it's going to end by you finishing. Either way it ends. All right, I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support. It might be a bit quiet on the YouTube channel, Instagram and that for the next couple of weeks. I'll try and get this video up as soon as possible, but I also need to work out where we're going to do this event. It's getting movie-like now, but I feel like I'm getting my white belt with a black stripe on it. If you haven't donated to Masaka, please do. If you're not going to do it now, we'll do it on the day.
Save your pennies up for the day.
Save your pennies up. Save $10 a week until we do it. That's $30, and that's $30 US and Aussie. Don't try and convert it into Aussie money. Please, we're looking for big donations in the day. I'm gonna have a radio, and I'm gonna hear on the radio, shit, we just cracked 20. Shit, we just cracked 22. Shit, we just cracked 24.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're up to 28.
Oh.
We're at 30. I'll probably dematerialize into pixie dust. If we get to 30, you'll see me just evaporate. Point.
You're offloading.
Yeah, it's gone to the boiling point,
yeah.
And then it's just like take a step back, offer it up. So I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna ride like my life depends on it, like Batman making the jump, and then that's it. But I'm not sitting there thinking, please let me achieve it, or please let me achieve it, because then you're trapped in hope and fear, and they're both stressful, you know. Whereas now we approach like it's our duty to do the ride, and just give it our all. So shouts to all of you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Also, for the people who are fans, I'm going to try and get H out to view wherever we are.